What?
That incident at the favela today. Now, some of my officers say a bus drove off some captives.
They did, I saw it.
But no captives were ever booked.
They probably handed them off to the paramilitary death squads, the,
Caixa Preta?
Right.
Who did?
I don't know, the cops. The other cops, the cops who shoot on sight.
The UFE.
Right.
Max, you see that building there?
Imperial Palace Hotel?
And that's what it says. People go in there in large groups under armed guard. But it isn't a police station, and no one comes out of there.
Why don't you just go in and bust the joint, get a warrant?
I'm only a cop, Max.
So you keep saying. Time to find out what was going on here. I didn't fancy booking myself in the presidential suite, so went looking for the basement. I wasn't too excited about the acoustics in this place. A couple of gunshots would sound like I'd walked in here with a goddamn marching band. It wasn't pretty, but I guess none of what was about to happen was gonna be. It was the question I kept on asking myself. How could I have been so blind? I was convinced the Broncos had gotten the wrong man for the job, but maybe De Silva was right. I was the stooge. The bad joke everybody got but me.
This is my favorite chapter in Max Payne 3, and it's also the most darkest chapter in the game. Think about what they're throwing in there, guys. A lot of things in the campaign didn't make sense, but they're gonna start to make sense after you see this chapter. Here's the first clue.
Either those guys wheeled their trash out on stretchers, or something was seriously wrong here.
This is one of the darkest levels that I've ever played in a game.
Where those bastards were going, they wouldn't need medication. Ufe. Was there anything they didn't have a grubby hand in? A few days earlier, I'd have called it a coincidence, but I'd written off too many of those already.
Remember how in the favela chapter, in chapter 9, when Max was trying to escape and save Marcelo and Giovanna, Ufe was giving them, the Crusha Prado, the guys in this level, a lot of people that they were arresting. And you look in their armory right there, you see Ufe was also supplying them with weapons, the corrupt police force.
The Imperial Palace Hotel was a 5-star bona fide shithole. I needed to find out why guests were checking in by the busload and checking out by the bag load. Maybe the service would be better upstairs.
Mesma coisa. Quê? Você não tá fazendo nada, tá fazendo tudo sozinho.
Como é que eu não tô pegando nada, rapaz? Tô trabalhando aqui, ficando de olho e escutando você reclamar.
Ó.
Olha o quê? Para com essa viadagem, para de reclamar. Saco cheio.
Porra, põe as coisas aqui em cima e pronto. Atira nessa pessoa!
First golden gun part is here.
Cuidado, ele está vindo nessa direção!
You guys remember these guys several times in the campaign. The stadium mission, the attack on Bronco's offices. Also when they tried to kill Giovanna. This is their base of operations. I also like the soundtrack a lot in this level. Next collectibles right here. This is also important right here. Look at this.
Passos' ID card. It was no great surprise he'd made their hit list, but to discover he was really Colombian? No wonder some locals seemed to laugh at his accent. What else had he lied to me about?
Passos was never Brazilian, he was from Colombia. Look at this too.
De Silva and I had the same fan club. I knew enough and he knew too much. We'd both become targets. If I'd thought about this too much, I'd never get through it. I knew this thing was bigger than me, bigger than the Broncos, but I only had a glimpse of the whole picture, like looking in the mirror and for an instant seeing what everyone else sees, a bad caricature of a better man.
Right here's next gun part.
Ufe. That deal at the favela was getting dirtier by the minute. Those bastards were clearly in bed with the Crusher Prado. Now we just had to find out why. Starting with a bit of bedtime reading for Mr. De Silva. When you've lived the kind of life I've lived, reality comes at you through a different lens. But nothing could have prepared me for what was on the other side of that door. I had to get those poor bastards out of there.
Get him out of here. Go. Go. Wait. I said get. Serrano.
Serrano. He looked pathetic. A man defeated. I walked away and left him to his own personal nightmare.
Those were a lot of the people that Ufe kidnapped and sold to the Crochet Preto, the people that were disappearing from the favelas. If you looked at the clues earlier in the game.
Whatever hell this was De Silva had sent me into, I knew I had to put an end to it. I had no choice but to push on. I didn't understand everything, and I never would, but I understood enough. Sometimes a complicated problem is best tackled with a simple solution.
Está tudo certo. O que você acha que eu tô fazendo? Você sabe acontecer a última vez. Leva até mais duas. Tá tudo aqui, meu. Então vamos lá, criança. Tá perdendo muito tempo aqui.
Next collectibles here. Damn, that guy has some good cover.
This was hell on earth. De Silva was no fool. I'd have driven on off into the sunset too if I were him. But I was in too far now.
There's a clue right here.
It looked like Victor had won the sympathy vote. Found his universal connection to the people. Triumph out of tragedy. Part of me couldn't help thinking that had been his plan all along.
There's also a piano right here.
There it was. The soundtrack to my life.
That's the Max Payne theme song.
And, for a few seconds, came harmony. Finally.
Remember how I said this chapter is one of the darkest moments I've ever seen in the game? Well, brace yourself, guys, because you're about to see what happened to all the people that disappeared from the favelas.
What the fuck is going on here?
How much do you want?
What have you been doing?
I am a doctor. I help people.
What have you been doing here?
It's easy for you. Listen, I know people. They will kill you. I can help you. Trust me. Please, please.
What have you been doing?
I have a lot of money. Look, look. Lots of money. I do important research. Please.
Caralho!
No.
Caralho!
Espera, espera. Eu posso explicar tudo. Tudinho. Não, não. Por favor. Pelo amor de Deus. Por favor, não me mata. Não, não. Pelo amor de Deus.
E aí, doutor?
For all Serrano owed me, he'd paid enough. For now, I had bigger debts to call in.
And that is the truth there, guys. This whole building, this whole operation that they had was a human organs operation. They were kidnapping
Even
people.
I could guess what Demolishing meant. That building was condemned in more ways than one.
The Ufe were kidnapping people, arresting them and selling them to the Crusha Prado, which they were killing these people and then stealing their organs. It's really messed up. There's another collectible here, I believe. But we're gonna put an end to this right now.
There had to be something I wasn't seeing. They had a fucking arsenal in here. It was time to bring this little hellhole to the ground, so I decided to put some of their C4 to good use.
Make sure that you guys go back in the armory. There's two things you can find in the armory.
When you
Painkillers
find
here,
yourself in hell, dance with the devil.
and this, look at
Either
this.
Victor Bronco and Nevis were doing a lot of charity work together, or this was payment for something else. Were the Crusha Prado in Victor's pocket? Had he tipped them off about the stadium exchange?
That's how they knew about the stadium exchange. Make sure you get the RPD in this part too, it's one of the best guns in the game.
I had to hurry up before more of those assholes showed up.
We're gonna bring this whole building down.
I'd seen some dark shit in my time, but this was something else. These vermin had gone into a place where life was cheap and found a way to get rich off it. I just wanted to finish this and get far away from here. But then, true to form, more of the rats came out of their holes.
Vocês ouviram isso? Vi. Ninguém sai desse prédio até esse cara tá morto.
At least my visitors have been kind enough to leave the gate open.
Be very careful, because they'll flank you right up here.
Any time I bought had been going real cheap. If I was gonna plant the rest of those explosives, I had to do it now.
We got a collectible right here. Oh, great, more.
That was the last of the explosives. I just hoped it was enough to bring down the building. And all the evil in it.
Vai, rápido, rápido, vai!
Who wants to take a shot? You see what this is? Come on, anybody? Want to be a hero? I got nothing to lose, let's do it!
Que porra que tá acontecendo aqui?
Senor Neves.
What the fuck is your problem, man?
My problem? My problem? Wanna know what my problem is? You're turning humans into glue! That's what my fucking problem is!
I don't know what you're talking about, American. All I know is what I hear about you. You bodyguard for the Brancos. They are all dead. You help the poor. Today, many of them dead. You are a proper American hero.
At least I fucking tried.
Well done with your effort. The whole city is grateful. The great American savior of the poor.
That's right.
You think you made any difference? You think stopping this legitimate business venture is helping anyone?
Legitimate? You're stealing people's organs!
We pay for everything. We have the records.
Oh, so people can sell their livers? Their hearts? Their eyeballs? You're insane, you sick fuck!
We kept people safe in the city. Decent people. Safe. I know a lot of powerful people.
This is the best
Well,
part.
your powerful people aren't gonna help you out of this one, buddy.
city was dangerous, friend.
I kinda like it. It's growing on me.
Nice to see a happy tourist smiling.
What the fuck are you doing here?
I came back
I can see that. But why?
to save you.
Oh, yeah, real hero.
Listen,
No, come with me, Max. To Brazil. Be a chance to play the fall guy in a plot that my boss's brother's hatching to profit from the selling of human organs. Yeah, it'll be perfect for you.
what are you talking about? I don't know nothing about human organs, man. Victor and Marcelo are trying to teach Rodrigo a lesson. Get into it. Loosen the purse strings and the family money. They pressured me into doing it. You wanna die? I came back for you. I did my best. I'm having a kid, Max. I gotta go.
Fuck you!
Sure. Later. Now, let's go. Hope this thing works.